It said muted. Hoping you can hear me. After that, we're going to inspire you. And how do we inspire one another? Well, one is by our goals, by our dreams. We're going to inspire you. But again, I like to bring those two things together. And how do I put them together? With habits, with dedication. Just help me out, Ash. Ash, what is your D? Determination. Ashley can't. Discipline. Thank you. Discipline. Discipline goes deep, guys, because we all know what we're supposed to do in life, right? Remember back in the day, it was very popular. What would Jesus do? Well, what would you do if you wanted to be successful? If you truly wanted to be successful, it's the discipline, it's the habits. And that's why we're here every day, whether it's 1, 2, or 50 million of you guys. Let me tell you, this room has been going on since about September of last year, and all sorts of people, places, and things have gone through. And we have a room on Saturdays. I so invite you to come through. The name of the room, Chris Cynthia, do we have a name for the room? It's all about mental health.
Awakening, mental health awakening.
Thank you, Mama. Mental Health Awakening. This is a deep room, guys. It's held by Kathy and Cynthia, and this week we just went to all different levels with bipolar disorder. This room is every Saturday at 11 a.m. But today, right now, do you know what time it is? It's time to get motivated and inspired with the discipline actions. And lastly, guys, we're going to give you the tools, the skills, and the strategies to make all your dreams come true. Today's topic is all about motivation and strategies to grow your business. Now, you may say, well, Tina, I don't own my own business. I just go to work and I come home. Well, guess what? I believe we all have businesses. If you're a wife, if you're a mother, if you're a sister, if you're a cousin, you have the business of being a great mother, being a great friend. So these tips can help you in all aspects of your life, whether you own a business or whether you don't own your business. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If my mods are able, I know some are able to speak, some are not. And if you see, there's Renee right there as I point to her. Renee is not able to speak, but she is what I like to call our accountability coach. Hi, Wendy! As our accountability coach, she keeps us focused on all our goals, everything that we need to get done. And it looks like we have Ashley next to her. Ashley, are you able to say hello to us this morning, Mama? If so, unmic and tell us your win for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I am able to say hello. So my win for the weekend is I got all my paperwork done. Because here at my 9-to-5 job, we are about to be audited, and I'm ready for it, even though I've done it 7 times. You know, it's like cakewalk, but I'm still ready. I'm ready to go. That's my win for the
Yay! Let's get disciplined. So write that down. And then on the bottom, we see Mary Kim. Mary Kim, can you share with us your win for the weekend and your little intro?
I can close, Tina, if you're trying to talk.
Thank you, hon, because yes, I was talking. She must have known I was talking about her. So guys, Mary Kim is up. Very amazing woman. She's running for Women Fab something. Put the link at the top, Mary Kim. Help me out. Fabulous over 40.
Vote once a day, and you can also vote multiple times a day if you support the National Breast Cancer Foundation that the contest is supporting and sponsored with. So yeah, I'd be happy to put it up there. I had a great weekend. To answer the question really quick, it was our local buddy walk, and that is a walk that's organized by the National Down Syndrome Society, and our community in Long Island had our buddy walk, and it's just basically coming together, raising funds for the advocacy, awareness, and acceptance. And what's really cool about our buddy walk in Long Island, they give to nonprofits locally and nationally. So I help them to run their organization, and we support that with Desi's team, Desi's Divas and Dudes. So it was a great weekend coming together and seeing our friends and family in the community. So can't wait for this conversation.
Thank you. And that's what I think I love best about communities are activities, whether it's a walk, just getting to see each other. I think that is so cool and so super important. So thank you so much for sharing that. Did you put your link at the top? I'm pulling down to refresh. I don't see it yet, but guys, it's all about support. And I do want to welcome Alexis.
Yes, I will note down, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Just so that we can all vote, because we'll forget if we don't. And I see Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Wendy had like a dog competition. Did your dog win, Wendy? I would love to know. Can't see there, and I see Mommy. I see Rosa in the building. Wendy's gonna come up and tell us about her doggy. How much is that doggy in the window? Okay, am I just making that up? Since I'm talking about you, Wendy, how was your weekend?
It was awesome. And no, that dog, he is not for sale. Can't have him. But yeah, he had a great time. He loves that sport, and he proved it with every little bit of his body running like crazy.
Okay, so I've always seen them on TV. Is it really like those little things we see? Share with us what it's like. I'm curious.
This is one of the field sports. So we were out in a big field with, beautifully behaved dogs who suddenly see the lure, which is what they're chasing, start moving, and they turn into screaming maniacs because they're so excited. It's really funny. He's only 25 pounds, and he's hard to hold on to sometimes when he gets nuts. So, but he has a blast with it, and then we went up to, we got done so early, it was too early to go to the hotel, so we went to the state park, and only in Ohio, well, maybe not only in Ohio, but there were all kinds of people out on the beach at Lake Erie in boots and hats and gloves. I've been better off with a hat myself, but we did have a good time, and at least this one didn't try to drag me into the Great Lake, unlike somebody else we will not mention in April who thought swimming might be just plain fun.
Wow, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing that because, I'm not a dog person, but I do like watching the dogs. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So as you're looking, if you're looking at me on my left, we have Corinne Cynthia next. What is Corinne? I'm going to save you for last and go over to Carmel. I'm not sure if Carmel is able to share. If so, she's blinking her mic. Yay, she's ready.
So what am I sharing? What am I sharing?
Introducing yourself and your win for the weekend. Anything you want, pretty much.
Okay. I'm Carmel. I'm Carmel Jean-François. I almost said my last name wrong. How did I do that? I am out of the New York City area, founder of CFIT Coaching. I work with women in over their 40s, and I encourage and support them on their health and wellness journeys. I help clarify the confusion around fitness and nutrition with basic knowledge and practice, and together we fit it into your full schedule so that you love what you see in the mirror and you feel well. And I partnered up with Tina not too long ago, and we have Fitness on Fire. And guys, go over to our YouTube channel, the Fitness on Fire Experience. That's our YouTube channel, and we're putting up content there, interviews, tips about everything, mental health, health and wellness, everything health and wellness related in general, because it really spills into all areas of our lives. So with that, I'm Carmel. I'm complete. Was there a second part to it?
That was it, Mama. That was it. I do want you to tag team with Corinne Cynthia. Corinne Cynthia is going to give us our intro, like she always does, her high for the weekend. But she gives us a fit tip of the day. But
Creamer, the natural creamer. I know a lot of people may not like almond milk, but put some almond milk in there. Skip the sugar. I'm starting to like it without sugar. It's an acquiring taste, but you would feel so much better when you're not putting all those sugary things inside that coffee. So, calm down.
Oh gosh, here we go. Get ready, guys. Get your pens and notebooks. We have the expert.
What is your take on that coffee?
Well, I stopped drinking coffee when I became vegan. And it's for the exact reason that you just said, Cynthia, because the only way coffee was palatable to me was with whole milk. I don't even try to give me that skim milk. Don't try to give me that almond milk. Don't try to give me that coconut milk. I needed my coffee with whole milk. And guys, I'm an ex-sugar addict. Well, always I will be a sugar addict. I have to very carefully watch my sugar intake because of it. But I took it with so much sugar, and coffee was the absolute highlight of my day. Between that caffeine, that coffee flavor with a creamy whole milk and the sugar, talking about it. Do you even hear my voice just talking about it? But when I became vegan, I realized that was no bueno. That was not going to work for me anymore. So I tried it with the coconut milk. I tried it with the stevia sweetener, because that's a plant-based sweetener. I tried it with the almond milk. Nope, couldn't find any substitute. So guess what? I dropped the coffee altogether. But to Chrysanthia's point, yes, there's lots of things out there that show that drinking coffee can actually be quite healthy for you. It has all kinds of different. I even read someplace that said that it has the likelihood of lowering our tendency to develop type 2 diabetes and even heart disease. Like there is research out there, but sometimes you kind of got to think, who's doing this research? Is it the people who are promoting the coffee? That's a really good thing to look at when we're looking at whether or not things are good for you or things are not so good based on what the marketers are saying. And then there's other research that believes that it raises up your cortisol, and it's detrimental to you in that aspect, because now your heart rate is racing, etc., etc. I do know that after I weaned myself off of coffee, one day I made black coffee. And again, back to Cynthia's point, if you're gonna drink coffee, either drink it black or drink it with your favorite nut milks, just to reduce that extra sugar, right? But one day I made black coffee really strong. I threw it into one of my smoothies. That smoothie was amazing, and I was bouncing off the walls for the next 2 hours. They said, all right, Carmel, we know not to do that again, or do it incrementally, little by little. But as of this day, I really don't take, I don't drink coffee anymore. I just drink my water in the morning and tea if I'm chilly. And so that's my input. I hope I wasn't too long-winded.
Never too long-winded. We love hearing from Carmel, guys, and make sure that you're following her. And I totally agree. I used to be like you exactly with the coffee, adding, mine was French vanilla, light and sweet. I say just like me, light and sweet. But, I have heard if it's black, it is good for you. It can be an appetite suppressant and good for you if you're not adding all those other things. So as we get started on today's topic, I'm feeling good, feeling charged. We're going to get started. And as you can see at the top, guys, motivation and strategies to grow your business. And this is going to be a collective conversation today, because I love hearing advice and tips from everyone. So as you get started here, hello, Michelle Rudolph. Welcome to the space. Let's do some final shares. Looks like there's 11 people in the room. So let's share it out in the hallways. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, give it a share. If you're watching on Facebook, give it a share out there. And if you're on YouTube, just subscribe and share as well. If you click the link at the top here on Clubhouse, you'll see the YouTube channel. Yes, click like and subscribe there. We are here Monday through Thursday, guys, bringing you all the motivation, inspiration, as Ashley would say, discipline to make all your dreams come true. And how do we do that, guys? By having great conversations, great topics, and give you tools, skills, and strategies. Not only that, but action steps. Action steps so you can achieve all your goals. And as we start today, 3 tips to grow your business. I want to see if anyone wrote anything in the chat. Ash wants you to follow her on TikTok. Okay, if I was on TikTok, I would, mama. Otherwise, hi, Michelle. 3 tips to grow your business. I want to know how you study your craft. I spoke of this earlier today, but unmic if you want to share some things that you want to do to study your business, to study your craft. I'm throwing it to Crystal. Yes, Crystal, I know you're just popping up here. Crystal Carter, guys. She's a business launcher and trainer. She helps business owners launch new businesses, products. Okay, I like this. New products and services. I provide training, project management, and event management. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, Crystal, share with us your something that you do, a tip to grow your business. If you're able to speak, on mic.
Good morning. Thank you. Okay, you got me on the spot, but I'm ready for you if y'all ready. One of the things I do is I always look to improve my skill set. So that helps me grow my business and offer an improved and upgraded service. Nothing ever stays the same. So you always have to be in a mode of learning. Like right now, because I've been doing project management for years, I've actually decided to go ahead and get my project management certification. So that is what I'm studying because I'm working to get my certification to offer my clients next level service because that helps me be better. By me growing me, I grow my clients and I help everybody get better. That's mine.
I love that, Crystal. And I have a question for you because there's so many certifications out there. Let's just talk about you're doing a project management one. There's nutrition, so many nutrition certifications. I think about yoga. You get someone and say, oh, I got my certification. How do you know, if you can give someone a tip, where to find the best certifications for whatever it is that they're looking to do? Would love to hear your input on that.
You need to research your industry that you're in and look for school. You're going to get certification. Look for who's offering a certification that's accredited. Like the project management certification I'm going after, there's actually a project management institute. This is a whole, nationally, internationally recognized certification. But you want to research your industry and look for places that are accredited, not just somebody that hung up their shingle and go, I can certify you as a nutritionist. Are they accredited? How many years have they been doing it? What is the track record for people that have gone through their organization? You need to do your homework to know, so that you know that what you're getting is going to bring value to what you're adding. And some things you may not necessarily, I've been doing project management for years, never really needed the certification, but for me, I decided that now was the time to go get it because I'm also getting ready to go after some government contracts. So it helps to have that in my wheelhouse for next level where I'm going. So look at who you're getting it from, what they offer, how long they've been doing it, but then also look at your industry and see what certifications may be valid, because in some industries you may not really need it, but you always want to continue to learn and grow. Even if you don't get a certification, always sharpen your saw.
Sharpen your saw, girl. I love that. And I understand, not to say I didn't understand before. Excuse me. And Carmel, I'm going to ask you to speak next because I know you're, doing a program. Talking about the certifications, I know how, please forgive me. Don't know what that is. Someone is thinking about me, right? Thinking about me in heaven. When you talk about the certifications, girl, you make me want to get on here and start Googling to get more certs. Because when I first started in the fitness industry, I remember I was doing personal training for myself, learning, and then I started getting certified. And before I got my actual cert, I sent out a post to people. And I said, hey guys, while I'm getting trained, I'll charge you $25 an hour because I didn't have a cert. But then once I get certified, my prices are going to go up. And then, excuse me, sorry about that. My point is every year I would get certified in something new, and it went from different classes like body pump, yoga, life coaching, nutrition. Can't tell you how many nutrition coaching sessions I got, but what you just said made a lot of sense, Crystal. Like project manager, you wouldn't think there was other certs. I saw, if you guys know Vernita, she does event planning, and I saw where she went to a conference. Whether it's a certification, whether it's a conference, whether it's something, just expanding the knowledge of the industry you're in. And I say that gives you confidence, that gives you strength. So if you're in a room full of women, all right, and you all do the exact same thing, but you have cert for this, cert for that, certification for that, you've done this, you've done that. Well, do you think you're going to be a little more confident? Do you think you're going to stand out from the crowd? So I just want to turn it over to Carmel really quick so she can share. For the past few weeks she's been doing. It's not a certification. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm super proud of her because it's not easy to do. So Carmel, I'm not going to botch it up. I'm just going to let you share, if you're able to, what you've been doing the past 3 weeks, if you're able to share.
Are you talking about the course that I'm taking?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right, because I just started a program too with for my clients. But I've been taking this business course with Goldman Sachs, and it's not so much a course. It's a grant that they offered. I applied for it, and I actually got it, and that was even before I realized how much of a big deal it was. It is a 12-week course, and basically what they're doing is they want to support black-owned businesses, and they realize that the largest demographic of people who actually start small businesses are women, but the largest demographic of people who quit their small businesses, the largest demographic are black women, but the largest demographic who quit their small businesses are black women, and it's simply because we don't have the support and the resources. So then they reached out to women-owned black businesses to say, hey, we want to support you. And they're providing resources, they're providing education, and everything from knowing who our client is, to actually forming a pitch, to getting out there and really excelling at our business, whether I'm baking a cake or I'm a fitness trainer, and everything that a woman would even, that anybody would want to start a business in. So I realized early that this was going to set me apart from the people. Oh, thank you, Mary Kim. I love that. I realized that this was going to set me apart from even myself, from what I've been doing, and give me a new set of knowledge. Now, is it challenging? Yeah. I'm literally sitting here in my office doing homework for them, making sure that I understand it so that I can get the most out of this education. And that's another thing, right? This is a grant that they're offering. So they're giving this to me. They pretty much laid it out on a silver platter for me. So I'd be so silly not to take full advantage. But even with the certification courses that I've taken, and some of you know that I'm certified as a personal trainer, as a spin, although I don't like spin. Why did I do that, Tina? I don't like spin, but I'm certified in spin. I'm certified in pre and postnatal exercise. I'm certified in sports exercise, and yet I only do a handful of things, right? But it doesn't take anything. Like I've got all of this in my tool belt. So what you were saying, Tina, that you got all these certifications, same. And even though I'm not practicing most of it, I have knowledge and I have education in certain areas that do set me apart from somebody else. And it's important. So I hope I answered your question. And I'm Carmel. I'm complete.
You did. You definitely showed the importance. Is there anything that stands out in your head from the training that you've gotten from the past few weeks that you think can add to the audience? Because since we're talking about tips to grow your business, is there anything that stands out that they taught you? If so, would love to hear.
Yeah. So the first actually thing that they taught me was, first of all, SMART goals. Setting up your SMART goals. And what are SMART goals? SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And that all has to do with you. You can't set your goals according to what somebody else feels like where somebody else feels like you need to be, right? So they have to be specific to you. What can you do and bring to the table? They have to be measurable. You have to be able to say, well, in 90 days, I was able to accomplish this, or in 10 days, I was able to accomplish this. They have to be achievable for you. You can't set the bar too high. If you think that you cannot reach it, you will fail. And it doesn't make sense for you to even reach towards it. And it has to be relevant to whatever it is that you are an expert in, quote unquote expert in. It has to be relevant to what you want to teach. It has to be relevant to what you can offer the world. And it has to be time bound. You have to set a time limit. I just said 10 days. I just said 90 days. There has to be a time associated with it, no matter however much time it is. It could be 5 years. It could be in 7 days, but you have to have a time set to it. So those are your SMART goals. Your specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. But the other thing that they taught me, Tina, was know who your client is. Who is your avatar? Who is your client, the persona, the segment of people that you are targeting as far as the business is concerned? Simply because, and I thought I knew. I said women over 40, and that's keeping it very, very general, but we can't be that general. We got to be all up in her business. I got to know who she is, who she's married to, how many kids she got, what she works, where she works, how much money she makes, and does she have sex? Like, I gotta be all up in the business to know who my client is. Then that gives me the insight on how I market to her, the things that I say to her to draw her into my business. How can I help her knowing all these little details of her life? And so that's exactly what I wanted to drop here, because it wasn't until I sat and I've heard this before, but Goldman Sachs forced me to actually sit down and really figure out the intricate details of my clients' lives so that I couldn't get to the next step without it. And that's how to market towards that person. How do I say the things that she needs to hear in order for her to say, oh my God, how is it that she's talking to me? I need to hear more of what this person has to say. So those are a couple of tips, Tina. I'm Carmel. I'm complete.
Guys, Carmel just gave us a little masterclass. Can we unmic and make some noise for Carmel? Woo, woo, woo! Yes, Carmel, yes. Guys, she talked about SMART goals, and she said it herself. She's heard these things many different times, but because she's doing this extra training, first of all, it's granted her, so she's paying super attention, but SMART goals. And then she said, knowing who your client is. And I love, you said exactly what I was thinking, Carmel, when you said you thought you knew who your client was. Just like I thought I knew what my story was. But no, when you need that outside eye guy, you need that third eye, that person looking out in at you, if that's making any sense. And then she says, knowing her client. And then maybe give your client a name, your avatar, being very specific. I love it. Guys, today we're talking about tips to grow your business. If someone can give us a reset, I see Mary Kim unmiking. Mary Kim, can you reset and give your tips on this if you want? I don't know if Renee's ready. Go for it, Renee. Give us that reset.
Okay, everybody. I want to thank you for being in the Fit, Healthy, and Blessed Club this morning. If you have not already, go up and click the little green mansion at the top and give us a follow. And also show us moderators and your neighbors some love by giving them a follow as well. And one thing we want you to remember is please don't keep all this information to yourself. Click the share button at the bottom. I see we're at 12 right now. Let's get that up to 15 at least by the time I'm finished. And just share this room out into the Clubhouse hallways and on your other social media apps. And also, we want to hear what you have to say. So please participate in the chat. And also, if you want to come up on the stage, raise your hand and we will invite you up as long as you have something in your bio. And with that, I will release the mic back to Tina.
Thank you. So guys, I see we have some visitors. I see David, I see Valerie. Hey there, Chris, how you doing? Guys, today we are motivating you. We're taking you to the next level, and Carmel just gave us a little masterclass on SMART goals. We're talking about tips to grow your business. The first tip was study your craft, and we spoke about how important that was because it builds your confidence, it builds your strength. The second tip is making a plan. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? And when do you want to do it? And again, this goes right back to those SMART tips. If you're just entering the room and you would like to share your thoughts, opinions, ideas, we would love to hear it because this is a community conversation. We all have a seat. We all have thoughts and ideas. When I think of making a plan is sometimes you have to readjust that plan, especially when it comes to making money. And for example, you may say, you know what, I want to make $10,000 this month. But if you're currently making $1,000 or $2,000, you say you want to jump from $2,000 to $10,000, well, that's a huge jump. And like Carmel said sometimes that might be a little too scary for your mind. So maybe you double the money first. If you're making 2, go up to the 4,000. Making a specific plan. And guys, the more specific you are with your goal, the easier it is to get to, the easier it is for you to crystallize it. So if you say, I'm going to get 2 new customers, or I'm going to get a new customer in the UK, thinking like that. Hello, the Haitian sensation. Welcome to our space. So guys, I would love to hear if anyone wants to add in on that particular thought. Do you make plans for your goals? And if so, do you do vision boards? I would love to hear your thoughts. Mary Kim, what are your thoughts on making a plan? Has this worked for you in the past in regards to achieving your goals?
Yes, I came from corporate. I was in corporate 28 years. And so that SMART goals really, really work. And we had to create them ourselves without the help of that group of managers. But I really lean into, for me, because I was always in sales, some kind of sales. And I think everyone who does any kind of program or have a business, sales is related to it. And I have to tell you, the only reason why I was brought in to the last corporation that I worked for, because they had one issue was that they had a $5,000 dress rehearsal set. 3 salesmen could not grow in over 5 years. And within 3 years, I grew it to, was it $50 million? Because I understood who was buying the product. And I did urban dress wear was my main focus. And the urban dress wear market, well, back in the day you call it urban, now it's different, but that ethnic background, the moms weren't buying that clothing. It was the aunts and the grandmothers who were buying that clothing. And so really focusing on what they're seeing, what they want, what they're watching, really allowed me to grow that business extremely fast and build out into other major brands and retailers super fast, because I understood what they were watching, what they were tuned into, the style of dressing, who they loved to watch. And that allowed me to go. So I'm saying this because knowing who your customer is, exactly what Carmel said, is everything you can tell about it. What inspires them? Moves them? What makes them buy?
Mary Kim, really quick, can you, for the people that are in the room, that are watching, that are listening, what are some tips if someone, they think, like Carmel said, she thought she knew who her ideal customer is. How do you figure out? I'm a business owner. I don't know who my customer is. And some people say, oh, it's everybody. Can you share with us, how do you figure out who your ideal customer is?
I think, for me, it's always been, who we were making clothing. So for the clothing business, it was for boys, anywhere from, and they didn't have infant dress wear. I created that because I'm they're going to dress their kids up. You have to watch them. You have to go into the community. You have to go to where they shop. You have to have conversations with them. You have to know them intimately. And that takes market research. And that could be anywhere from when I used to go into these cities, these urban cities that somewhere you couldn't even go into a drugstore without police guns there protecting the spaces. But I went in to learn the consumer and talk to them. What are they buying? How are they dressing? What things do they like? So whatever you think you're under, I would do a survey. Do a marketing survey. Send it out. If you are women over 40, if you're in that age group, you have friends, you have people that are in your community. And you can also find them if you have, I think the business platform on these social streets, you have, the age groups. Do Facebook, just do a survey. Say, listen, I'm trying to, get better at my craft. Tell me, do a survey. Do a Google survey, or I think there's, what's the other one? The monkey something, there's a survey thing. I forget the name of it. But do
Survey Monkey. Yeah.
Survey Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Survey Monkey. That's what I would do. And I would go out, and if you see them, if you're the fitness, maybe go to your local gym and just, if you work, work there or go there to do your workouts, have the conversation. Say, listen, what do you see? What are you missing? Have those conversations. And I think that's in any realm that you're in, just having that dialogue, getting to know them.
Mary Kim dropping a mini masterclass, guys. That was super impressive. And I just want to tap into some things that she said that you guys may have missed. We're talking about growing your business. And she said doing some market research. But even deeper than that, Mary Kim, it sounded to me as if you were slowing down, as if you were I don't want to say getting smaller, but sometimes I think we look at the huge picture like, I want thousands of followers, I want thousands of customers, so everything is big and huge. But from what you said, it sounded like you were doing micro movements, speaking to that one person, finding out what they like. Where do they hang out? Do they hang out at the mall? Do they hang out at the grocery store? And then really understanding that person. Would I be correct in saying that, Mary Kim?
Yes, pretty much. And you have to really know what triggers them to buy. Is it a price? Is it the aesthetics? Is it the results? Is it color? Is it style? Like, all those things are why people buy things. And knowing why your person is buying and for what reason. And your customer, may buy because they want to look good. They may buy for, being confident. They may buy because someone's pushing them. Or they may buy because they need a community. And you can target all those women or all those people, but what triggers your consumer to buy? And that,
can I add to that?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, yes we can.
Oh, okay, perfect. I just wanted to piggyback off of what Mary Kim was saying. Why is your customer buying? And sometimes your customer is not even who you think your customer is. Your customer could be the husband or the wife of the actual person who's going to be using your service or product. So you're also marketing to them too, right? Maybe maybe a woman's husband is saying, I want you to feel at your sexiest, so I'm going to gift you a session or a few sessions with Stars Tina. So those are our clients as well. And I love that you said that, Mary Kim. Why are people buying? Sometimes they're buying for somebody else. Sometimes it's the last minute and this is their only option, but you want to appeal to them and make them happy as well. So I'm Carmel, I'm complete.
And I just want to add one more thing to what you guys are saying. You guys are saying figuring out why they buy. It's something that I like to do if someone starts with me and they stop. Why they quit or why they're not buying, because it can be something as simple as you not showing up, you not giving eye contact, you not following up. Maybe they don't like the music, and it's not you per se, it's just something else. So that's something I personally like to do, when it comes to finding people. But ladies, we got master classes going on today. So Crystal's on mic. Go ahead, Crystal.
I wanted to kind of tag back over to what we were talking about, SMART goals, about the goals. Part of the thing with goals is the big goal is great, but then you need to take a moment and break it down to all the steps that are required in order to accomplish that goal. And people tend to think sometimes when they create goals that they have to be the who and the wheel that moves the goal along. As you're breaking it down into smaller pieces, identify what pieces can you have other people do to help you reach that goal. So goals always sounds like, oh great, I'm gonna make these goals and they sound so great, so wonderful. But then people get overwhelmed and they get perfection paralysis and they don't move. So when you're thinking about your goals, and I know people are thinking about goals now because we're wrapping up the year, look at them and break them down to the small pieces and be realistic about how much time it may take to put those pieces, to complete those pieces. But also look at your resources. Is it something you can hire somebody to do one piece while you do the other piece? What pieces require your hands on and what pieces can other people be doing? And then also taking it another step further, what pieces of this goal tie in with something else that you can accomplish, that you can knock out something at the same time. So if you need to get something typeset, well, it's the same typeset in old school. If you need to get some documents prepared, maybe you can get some things together and then you have that, having an admin or somebody else be able to get those things done for you at one time, because now you can farm that piece out to someone else and you're still on track of keeping the goals. So when you're thinking about your SMART goals, breaking them down, small pieces, look for resources. Look for who you can get to help you reach that goal. You don't have to hit that finish line by yourself. And it's nice when you have help to get it done, because then you're not stressed, you're not worried, but you can just keep track of what you're doing. That's always my thing. I love goals. I love making people take their ideas and making them real. So I get real passionate about this part.
Okay, Crystal, loving today's topic. If you're just coming into this space, we're talking about motivation and strategies to grow your business. And I was saying, whether you have a brick and mortar, whether you have, you don't have a business, being being a husband, being a wife, that is your business and being number one at what it is that you're doing. The first thing that we mentioned is some type of coaching, training, certificate. And you don't even have to go back to school. You can read books, you can do YouTube videos, all that stuff. The second one we talked about was planning. Carmel talked to us about SMART goals. Mary Kim went even deeper, talking about finding out who is your ideal customer and then really crystallizing on what they want and what they need. So did you want to add on to this before we go to the next tip? If so, you can unmic and give your comments and thoughts. If not, we're going to go over to the third tip to grow your business, guys. And Crystal actually started on this tip right here. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Your vibe is your tribe. I say that all the time. And she said sometimes outputting some of the work, having someone help you. And one thing I want to say is sometimes getting it out on paper is super important, guys. And I think that because when it's in your head, it seems really big. I had this goal I've been trying to do for the past 2.5 years, and I've been stalling and stalling. And this past weekend, I was like, that's it, I'm doing it. And I was so shocked at how easy it was. No matter what the goal is, guys, it could be to lose 20 pounds. It could be to get 5 new customers, to make an extra $200, $300 a month. Whatever it is super simple if you keep it simple. Keep it simple, sis, and have a plan surrounding yourself. Who would like to add on to that right there, your tribe? I hear someone. Go for it, Soul. Soul's probably running, guys. Go ahead, Soul. Are you running in the rocks? Okay, it's better now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am walking. So I echo what everyone is saying. For sure, writing, putting things in paper, writing it down, planning it out, and of course, the action taken. That's key, and of course, your tribe, like you said, Tina, your tribe is your vibe. So that's it for me for now. Thank you for the space.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. And that's what I love about Clubhouse. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on LinkedIn, we're coming towards the top of the hour, and we're going to end this conversation with some action steps that you can take to grow your business. Every single person that's in here is building their business, building their brand, building their life. And that's why we're here today. So press that subscribe button, LinkedIn, share it out, Facebook, let's go. And I do want to welcome the new people that came through. I see Favor. So we're talking about your vibe is your tribe. I love my tribe here. Crystal, Renee, Cynthia, Carmel, Mary Kim, did you guys want to add on how this has helped you in business? Or maybe even groups? Mom Link. Mary Kim, would you like to talk about that a bit since that's one of your heart childs, the Mom Link?
Oh my gosh. The Mom Link membership platform, if you have not heard about it, don't know about it, you need to know about it. It will change your life. And I'm not just saying that as a chapter president. I have, I think, 10 women now under my group, and I know a lot of women who started this membership platform, and their business has elevated and expanded. Their personal, well-being and learning to just grow and connect has expanded. It really is a game changer. We're right now doing a LinkedIn challenge, and of course, everything is selective what you want to participate in, but the amount of money that you're paying as a membership a month is minuscule to what you're gaining. It's so powerful. And I've gone to, just one example, the LinkedIn challenge. I've done a bunch of things in this last year and a half on how to grow my LinkedIn business, like what things to do. And this lady that we have that's doing a masterclass, she did one already. We have a challenge every day, and then there's another one coming up. She is elevating all of us. Like, it's just powerful. And the best thing about the Mom Link, there is no competition. And when we say no competition, I mean no competition amongst women at all. It's truly wholeheartedly about collaborating, connecting, and cashing in. And we are creating the largest social platform to grow and scale your business, no matter where it's at, whether you have an idea or you want to bring your idea and elevate it to a brick and mortar or globally. We are the place to be. I'm just so stunned that this is happening and that they offer this platform. It's really a game changer.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Mary Kim. And guys, what we're talking about right now is your vibe, the people that you're around. And Mary Kim is the chapter president. She's amazing, of a community called MomLink. Mary Kim, what is the website so that we can share that in case anyone's watching? Is it momlink.com or the MomLink? Would you happen to know offhand what the website is?
Hold on 1 second. I can put it in the chat. I think it's Mom Link Club. I'll put it in the chat. Let me grab it.
Okay.
Right now, I don't.
Or we can just type it in. We can just type it in the chat. So we're talking about right now, guys, your vibe is your tribe, just building up your community to make your business grow better. Carmela, Renee, anyone else want to share their thoughts on this final topic as we come here? How your tribe, how the people around you has helped you grow your business? If so, on Mike, would love to hear from you.
I think it's the most important thing in business, guys. We are not here to do it by ourselves. You shouldn't, and don't ever think that anybody achieved $1 million business or any type of success in business by thinking they did it by themselves. You need a tribe. You need your community. You need your people around you. Even that person that's just going to maybe keep up your LinkedIn account, which is what I'm looking for now. I just want somebody to upkeep my LinkedIn. I got the rest. But don't ever think that they did it by themselves. They always have a group of people, not just one or two, but a group, a community. So yeah, I think that's so important. I'm Carmel. I'm complete.
Thank you, Carmel. I see Cynthia putting some hearts up there. Cynthia, you have anything you want to add to this particular part of the topic?
Sure, but like everyone is saying, like Carmel just said, you always see your vibe as your tribe, and you can't do a business on your own because you're going to need someone to look over your shoulder, like, hey, I think you could do this a little bit better. Hey, maybe you could do this, to give you a little bit of advice, to push you through on those days you can't make it. But like everyone, you cannot do this on your own, and that's all I just want to share this morning.
Thank you so very much, Cynthia. Renee, as we get to the top of this conversation, anything you want to add? If you're able to unmic, if not, I'm just going to wrap up these final tips here. So guys, today we are in Clubhouse and I'm feeling good. We're here Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. This is the 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation. You're in the Fit, Healthy, and Blessed Club. In this particular club, we're going to give you motivation, inspiration, and the tools, the skills, and the strategies to make all your dreams come true when it comes to finances, fitness, nutrition, pretty much any part of your life. And today we're talking about motivation and strategies to grow your business. Hi there, Haj. Haj is watching us on, I think that's YouTube. I think so. Hey there, Haj. Yes, because when it comes to your business, guys, motivation is cool, but it doesn't last too long. That's why we have these links here and these people. The 3 tips that we talked about today, if you want a quick recap: 1 is studying your craft. 2, making a plan. 3, having a tribe of people to surround you and keep you accountable. So important. And the final thing we're talking about today, guys, are some action steps. I'm going to give you 3 action steps. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go across the stage. The first one, guys, so you can get it together. Just give me 1 action step you can add to the conversation today to grow your business. Something you can do once you leave this space to build your business. I will go last so I don't overshadow what someone has here. Soul, if you're able to share, and maybe you guys can speak in the chat. If you're able to go into the chat to write your thoughts, definitely check the mom link. Thank you, Mary Kim, for adding that. Soul wrote there. All right, right in the chat, guys. I see Shahid. I see the Haitian Sensation, Favor, Shaquita, sorry, Miss Hattie, Valerie, David, Chris, right in the chat. Otherwise, I think I saw Mary Kim blinking. Did I see some? Go ahead, Mary Kim.
Great, Tina. This conversation has been really great. I want to say the first thing you can do is just do a survey. Go out, go where your consumer is, but also go out to who has the money, who carries the wallet in the group, and survey them, or all of them, and see. And that's my tip.
Love that, Mary Kim, because sometimes what I think happens is we're targeting the person who needs it, but they don't have the money. Like you said, the husband may have the money or someone else may have the money, but you're going to the wrong person. So that's so important. Do a survey. Monkey, chip, plop. I'm joking. Whatever it is. Carmel, what is your action step that we can take away today to grow our business?
Oh boy, action step. That's a action step today, to do today. Mary Kim had a good one. I blanked out. I got nothing for you. Not right now, anyway.
I'm sure you will in the next 5 minutes. We'll come back to you, Mama. As we're giving you guys an opportunity to think about an action step, I'm going to say crystallize your plan. Crystallize one little thing that you want to do. And for me, I wrote this down. I'm not saying that I want to do it, because actually I am going to do it. I want to have one client in the UK. I run an online fitness boutique studio and I do personal training and life coaching. And I have people all in the United States. But the goal that I'm going to set for myself is to do reach outs. I'm not going to say I'm going to get a client. I'm going to do 5 reach outs today minimum to the UK to get a client in the UK. I might cheat and do Bermuda since that's my family's country. Cynthia, Renee, Crystal, Soul, do you have one actionable step? Let me check the chat right here.
I do. That is, go to the people you know, your tribe, who you know will tell you the truth, and ask them, how can I be better than I was yesterday?
Love that.
So pretty much getting constructional or growth changing critiques from your personal tribe, you're saying, Renee?
Correct.
Love it. And tell them, guys, be honest with me. I do not like a yes man. Oh my gosh, I do not like that. I think of Michael Jackson. I think of Prince, where you have all these people surrounding you and they're like, oh, you're great. Oh, you're wonderful. You're great. No, that's not going to help me grow. I used to say constructional criticism all the time, but someone said that wasn't a nice way of putting it. So now I say growth changing advice. Carmela's amazing at this. I remember when we first started, she was like, yo, mama, your light on your screen is too bright. And as I goes for now, I'm going to make it lighter. She's like, you look orange, giving those little bits of advice that you need to be better. So be honest with your peeps. Oh, see, I did it, Carmel, just because of you, and my skin looks so much better on the screen. Anyone else have a growth changing thought? I'm going to read Souls. I think she put it in the chat here. And it's even better in my eyes because I've got one of those ring lights, guys, and it is so bright. It hurts so much. So Soul wrote, for me, follow through, follow up with those connections I've made. How many connections have you made, guys? And you sent a text, but you never followed up. And I hear people say all the time, well, I reached out, I'm not reaching out again. Hello, they're probably saying the same thing about you. Follow up and follow up and follow up and keep on going. You've heard this several times. It takes at least 7 to 10 times at least for someone to see what you're doing to actually get it. Aha, you actually do that. I see Crystal. Crystal, are you able to speak? If so, go ahead.
I was going to say, find a community of like-minded people, because like we were talking about earlier, how it helps to be around like-minded individuals that get what you're doing, that can offer you that supportive feedback, that can help you maybe even you have to move towards those goals and get stuff accomplished. But you need to find a community that you can connect and that can help you learn and grow, so that this way you don't feel like you're doing it by yourself. And if you do need support, they're there for you, because having that sense of community makes a real difference.
Love it, love it, love it. If you're just coming into the room, guys, we get 3 tips to grow your business. And right now, each person is giving an action step that we can do as a community to grow our business. The 3 tips that we gave was study your craft, make a plan, and surrounding your tribe. We got some great tips so far. Let's see. Renee, Renee gave her tip. Cynthia, do you have a tip to grow your business?
I would say just step out. Don't let fear stop you. Just do it. Start one tip at a time, one step at a time. That would be my tip.
Now, that was simple, but that was powerful. Say it again, girl. Say it again.
One step at a time. Just step out. You have an idea, or you figure out something that you're good with, like flyers, like everybody keeps telling me. Step out. Just do it. Just start. Start somewhere. Don't let fear stop you. Just start somewhere.
I love that. I love that. And a lot of people, they tend to wait for perfection. If you didn't know, my goal is to do a podcast one day. And I've started, if you look at the YouTube and click the link at the top, you'll get to see my face right here. My goal is to grow my YouTube channel and to grow our podcast and to grow this whole community for all of us. Why? Because when we're reaching out to the world, when we're changing the world, we're making it a better place. And I could have said last week, well, you know what? We don't have a backdrop, or we don't have this. I just kind of dived in, guys. No makeup and all, no filter. Let's do it, get it done. One little step at a time, and it'll get better. I think of people like Tony, like Glenn Lundy, like Eric Thomas. When they first began, Gary V, when they first began, was it perfect? No. When they first began, no. All right, so I see Big Mike came up here. Big Mike, do you have a tip you would like to share with us, how you can grow, how you have grown your business, or how we can grow our business? If so, just unmic and share your tip.
Good morning, Starstina. First of all, thank you for having me. What a great room you guys are having today. best tip that I can tell you guys to do is show up and show out. When you're going to a business meeting, make sure you show up and you show out. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
I want some more tips for that. Show up. Are you talking like just dress good? Just make sure your hair and makeup's done?
Yeah, make sure you look good. And if you're somebody asks you to show up, make sure you show up and give them your best.
I love that right there. That is fire. Come equipped, come prepared. It feels good. You look good. And I always say you can never make a first impression twice. Even though on my Instagram and sometimes I'm just like hair and makeup not done. That's just me being a little authentic. But definitely, Mike. Go ahead, Carmel.
Yeah, so you just said the word, Tina, authentic. So just to piggyback off of what Mike said as well, when you show up and you show out and you're being the best version of yourself, don't forget to be authentic. So many times we behave in the way that we feel that people want to see us in. So make sure you are true to you, because ultimately they're gonna see the true you eventually anyway. And then it's not gonna be as attractive, because you're gonna be like, you sold me something different. You sold me someone different. So don't forget to be you, be authentically you. You are perfect just the way you are, and you have talents and skills that other people will never be able to set forth to the world the way you do it. So that would be my tip on the heels of everything.
See, I knew you'd get one.
Oh, thanks.
Hey Tina, have you read the new book that Eric Thomas has written, The Principles of David and Goliath, Mindset and Belief Systems?
Writing it down now because I am a book girl. Say it again.
Okay, it's called The Principles of David and Goliath, Mindset and Belief Systems. It's a series of 3 books. This is the first one. I'm going to order the second one today. But later on, whenever you guys are ready, I'd like to drop a diamond for you from that. And I'll give credit to Eric Thomas for this one.
Yes. Maybe we can do that for Monday because I've met him twice. I've seen him. He's phenomenal. His tribe is phenomenal, guys. So yes, thank you so much for that, Big Mike. Something else that you said, Carmel, showing up authentically and organically, it gets tiring after a while if it's fake, if it's phony. It's like, for example, I don't even want to talk about the energy that it takes for the looks and the feel. But anyway, that's my tip on that right there. Colleen, do you have anything to share in regards to an action step to grow your business?
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I do. Amazing topic. I think having a goal bigger than just yourself, because being an entrepreneur includes a lot of things, getting your business going, doing all the different things it entails. Even if you have the VAs that I provide, it's still a lot to do. So if you have a goal that's bigger than yourself, it helps keep you motivated. This is Colleen, and I'll yield the mic.
All right, guys. So she dropped a lot in there really quick. If you didn't know, Colleen runs a virtual assistant business. So if you need a virtual assistant, make sure you tap into her. But she said having a goal that's bigger than yourself. First of all, it gives you that extra energy, that extra oomph. And I definitely understand that, Colleen, because me shipping 300 pairs of sneakers to Nigeria, that's way bigger than me. And again, each and every day I come through here, I just want to thank all of you guys for everyone that's donated sneakers, that's donated money. I see a red bar on the bottom, so hopefully you can still hear me. But we're getting closer and closer to our goals. Besides the sneakers, I decided to add bookmarks to this package, to this love gift. I'm also adding a little bag, and if you're watching me on YouTube, you'll see this is a bag, what it's going to look like, but it's actually not going to have my business name on it. It's going to have the logo of my son there when we ship the sneakers. So they're going to get a cute little bag like this, along with the sneakers, along with, yes, put the link up, please, Renee. Renee is amazing. She's like, should I put the link up? What am I talking about, guys? As Aline said, having a goal bigger than myself. I'm turning 50 this year. I'm so excited by that, and I wanted to do something huge. If you click the link at the top, it tells the story about my son who was murdered about 7 years ago, and I said I want to do something huge. So So I'm shipping sneakers to Nigeria. And if you've, like I said, if you've donated, great. Any amount to donate would definitely help, $5, $10, because we've added on as entrepreneurs. That's what we do. So Colleen, thank you for the reminder of thinking a little bit bigger. Shahid, welcome to the space. I coach my clients on how to uncover their true essence and reprogram their subconscious mind deep set for serious growth with calmness. So guys, if you're watching me on YouTube, you got to tap into Clubhouse, because that's how you're going to tap into these people. Shahid is pretty important. We're talking about growing your business, some action steps. Shahid, do you have any action steps to help grow a business? If so, would love to hear. Just unmic.
Hello.
Hey.
Starts Tina.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. Would you like to add to the conversation?
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you for holding this space. For me, I would say is self-awareness by practicing presence. So when you actually sense the entirety of you in the present moment, you find yourself becoming more aware of your thoughts, emotions, behaviors. From there, you start decreasing the power of negativity and increasing the power of positivity. From there, when you actually operate in each moment, you ignite that moment. Thank you.
I need that again, a little bit slower. I got it, but I didn't get it deep in my heart. I see Chris giving heart, so Chris definitely got that one. You gave us a tip to grow our business. Give it again, please.
No problem at all. For me, I would say it's becoming self-aware by practicing presence. So actually sensing the entirety of you in the present moment and becoming more aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors decreases the power of negativity and increases the power of positivity. So you actually ignite each moment. Thank you.
I got that one. Yes. And guys, we started today's conversation off by what he just said is filling up your cup. And I do that each and every morning. I need my cup to overflow. Sometimes I have gone and like got it totally empty or close to empty, which is not cool. And he said, fueling your body, becoming present. You can do that with meditation, with yoga. You can do that right now with this silence. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but that silence can be scary, right? But just let it go. So Shahid, thank you so much for the reminder of just being present, how that can just get the negative thoughts out and bring the good things in. And when you're growing your business, we all need that. Chris Kissom, one of my favorite girls. Share with us, girlfriend, your thoughts on the topic.
All right, I was in the listening lounge podcast mode, but Shahid brought me up, and this is what I noticed when he first started speaking. Tina just calmed down. It was almost like, where'd she go? Thank you for your presence, Shahid. You are a very calming presence. But what I wanted to add, because this was part of my meditation this morning, is being present, being right here now with you guys. And as far as bringing that up to a tip to growing our business, what we have to do is get to know our customer. Once you identify your customer, you have to get to know that customer. And you have to listen. And you cannot be anywhere else but the present moment when you are listening. So you've got to listen and find what their needs are and create a solution for them. But don't come up with that solution right there when you're listening. Just listen. Get to know your customers. And Shahid, you brought that to mind. I thank you for your calming presence this morning, and I thank you for your peace.
I agree with you, Chris. And I had to write some notes here as you were talking, because there's levels, right, to this energy. We have 1 to 10. And like she said, my energy was up there. Not to say he brought me down. He just got me a little more focused, which I definitely need. And then how Chris said every morning she meditates. And I don't know about you, but years ago, I would always say, oh, I don't have time to meditate. My son would say that to me all the time because I would always have something to keep me up, keep me up. I'd play the YouTube videos to motivate me. And he's like, Mom, you do not need motivation. You need to meditate. You need still. And I was like, ah. And I remember I laid it on the floor on the foot of the bed one day. I was literally there for like 30 seconds, started scratching and itching, and I was up. But if you feel you don't have time to meditate, you probably need to meditate. Guys, when I did my yoga teacher training, they had it, I think it was 2 weeks, and each day we had to add on another 5 minutes. It started off with 5 minutes, and it ended up being a whole hour of just meditating. And I remember I would do it in my car because that was like the only place I could get peace, just being still. Shahid, do you have the numbers? I don't know the specifics where they were saying like the amount of time that you meditate leads to calmingness. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? If so, unmic and share your thoughts on the quietness, on the meditation. If you're not unmicing, I get it. But the point is...
Sure.
Go ahead.
It's actually the feeling of being outside of your body. I know it sounds weird, but when you're meditating, you're basically calming the mind. I meditate about 50 to 1 hour. So 50 minutes to 60 minutes every morning. You always can make time, and that's a really great idea about the 5 minutes per day increase. But for me, it is when you calm yourself so down, when your mind is completely relaxed, you are in another place. So what you do is you're increasing your level of consciousness. When you increase your level of consciousness, you're able to feel that you're away and you're looking from that place. And when you feel that space around you, you feel everything around you, the body, from that place, it feels like you're connected to some kind of an energy. And of course, in the world, there is energy that you're connecting to consciously. So when you spend more time there, in that quietness, in that stillness, over time, you will start shifting beliefs and the way you feel throughout the day. So I highly recommend meditation to be part of your entrepreneurship journey religiously. Thank you.
Thank you. And mid-month, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Deepak Chopra. I've done his 21-day gratitude challenge a few times. It's absolutely free. It is on YouTube. I invite all of you to do it. It's a game changer in your life. 21 days, 21-day challenge. Type in Deepak Chopra in your YouTube, and it's just going to change your life. Shahid, thank you so much for coming through. Whew, I feel so calm right now. I hear someone on miking.
It's me again. I just wanted to add one more thing. If you are new to meditation and you find it very difficult because your mind's always racing, I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza this morning, and he's talking about if you're uncomfortable in your meditation and you catch yourself going to the past or to the unknown future, you're doing it right because you realize you just stepped out of the present. So don't get upset when you find yourself like, my mind's racing, blah, blah, blah. That you just became aware that your mind was racing and you're not in the present. So just bring yourself back to the present and just keep practicing. So my mind races. So it is I just admire Shahid for being able to get there and get in that out of body state because it is truly unbelievable. But don't give up. Keep practicing.
Here's a question for the both of you. So I know when I'm moving around how to get present. For me, when I need to get present is I'll look for a color or a smell. For example, if I'm all over the place, I'll look for the color orange. Right now I'm looking for the color orange. Wherever you are, look for the color orange. And I see it on my chakra board over there. That's how I get present when I'm moving. Is there a certain way of getting present when you're meditating if your mind's all over the place? Is it the same way? Or would love to hear if you guys have any insight with that. I know we're kind of getting off topic, but it definitely would help. How to get present while you're motivating and your mind is shifting. Yes, Shahid, Chris?
Sure. I just
Or
wanted
Colleen?
to allow Chris, ladies first, but no problem. I'll go ahead and share my thoughts on this. For me, the biggest help was true attentive moment awareness. I call it TAMA for short, because what it did is it created a trigger, just like you just mentioned, orange. It created a trigger that the more I recognized that term, the more I would bring it to my awareness, the more I would be able to connect to it and remind myself to be present in the beginning. Now at this stage, obviously, I've been doing it for a while, and just like any other skill, you become better and better each day as long as you're consistent and you just make it a rule that, for example, Monday to Friday, you're doing it. If you want to do 7 days a week, that's fine, but you make it non-negotiable. And what I do is, in that, if my mind falls out, or if I get trapped into the path of thoughts, it used to happen a lot more than before. It doesn't happen as much anymore. But while I was there, I would definitely keep my attention and the awareness of awareness. So that's the next level, right? So when you become aware of your awareness, that is the place that you will stay in further. Once you find that, once you uncover that place within you, you will be able to be very much consistent throughout the meditation, that which will elevate you to that out-of-body experience that I mentioned.
Love that. I saw Colleen. Chris, go ahead.
I was just going to add, thank you, Shahid. That's awesome. As a kind of a novice, I would call myself more than a novice meditator, but I go back to breath. I just find it easy. Maybe some box breathing, or just focus on your breath when your thoughts start taking you away, and bring in some cleansing breaths and all that. And to circle this back to what we're talking about today, I think I might have kicked this ball running with make sure you pick out your client, identify your client, and when you get in contact with your client, just create your first couple meetings with your client as being present in the moment by listening to them. So, circling it back, Tina.
Love it. Colleen, did you want to add to that of how to be present during yoga meditation?
Yes, I did. And my give is a little bit deeper than the others. And it is for those moments you were talking about when you're super excited, you can't even pay attention. It's really hard then. That might be the time you need it the most, but it's really hard because you're dysregulated to sit down and get into that meditation state. So I study a lot in my child welfare career, neuroscience, and under Dr. Bruce Perry, who's amazing. So one of the techniques that you can use is to sit down and cross your arms, and with your forefinger and your middle finger, just tap on your bicep. And you do that for a couple of minutes, and as a cross-brain regulation that will help regulate your brain. Swimming is also amazing, and swinging is also amazing. So if you have a child in your life who's really having that bad moment, if you can get them to a swing, it helps bring them down. So I found those techniques really help when things get very busy in my own life, and there's a lot of people asking a lot of me at once. If I do some of that before I enter into the meditation. This is Colleen, and I'll yield.
Thank you so much, Colleen. Guys, you see how all of this helps in business? We're talking about ways to grow your business, and then we were giving action steps, which goes back to being fit, healthy, and blessed. And I just love the name of this club because it just deals with everything. Everyone's poured into the conversation. It's given us some great tips. I don't know, but you guys all have given me a new awakening when it comes to business, because I must admit I was a little frustrated the past few days with the way things were going, but with these SMART goals. Chris, you had mentioned Joe Dispenza. Am I saying it correctly for those that want to Google him? And is it YouTube? Is it videos or what? We'd love to hear, Chris.
Yes, it's YouTube. One of my mentors studied under him, and he's one of my meditation mentors, Mitch Newman. And so you can just Google Joe Dispenza on YouTube, and he'll be everywhere. And he teaches just different states of mind and how to be in all kinds of goodness in your life. And Shaheed probably knows of him if he wants to add a little more to that conversation. Or Colleen.
Yes, very much. The book that I recommend you begin with without looking at, there's a great suggestion, by the way, Chris, the YouTube videos. But I found that if you're not fully aware of all the backing of it, the foundation of it, sometimes you lose the effect. So what I personally recommend is getting his book first. It's an expensive book, but it's worth every cent or penny, whatever. But it's such an amazing book. The name is Becoming Supernatural. Once you read this book and you follow those instructions, so every time he talks about a meditation in the book and he explains the meditation, pause the book. I'm an audio guy, so I don't know if you're going to buy a book or audio, but for me, I just pause it. I go to YouTube. I find his meditation for that specific topic. And then I use that video to do the meditation. Now, I've been doing it for a while, but those are the steps that I've taken pretty much with all the knowledge that I've taken, is always read the book first, and then from there, do the meditations. And I'm telling you, you will never be the same if you start doing what he says for 6 months. You're going to contact me and Chris and everyone that's speaking about this and say, oh my God, what has happened? So definitely, highly recommend it. It's about $50. Thanks.
Wow, love it. Something else that I wanted to add to that we haven't mentioned, the 4 elements, water, fire, air. What are you guys' thoughts on adding that to your meditation or your breath work? If you want to add anything regarding that. I see you blinking, Colleen, or are you just clapping?
No, I did hear something just the other day. It was of a young girl getting bullied in 7th grade, and she was really rejected by all the other children in her class, but she got to be part of this production, and the kids were way older than her. And one of the older kids, she was invited to a party after their play, and she was at this little girl's house, and there was a full moon, and the older girl took her out. She said she'd go down on all fours and put her hands down on the ground, and she said, when things feel overwhelming, she said, come out and do this, and then you remember you're always connected to the earth, and there's a bigger purpose for you being here. And this little girl had been suicidal up until that moment, and she talked about it being really powerful for her, being connected to Mother Earth and nature, and there was just something bigger than her. This is Colleen, and I'm complete.
Thank you for adding that, Colleen. And last week we talked about the movie that's on YouTube. If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's called Earthing, and that has to do with the grounding as well, so love that. Anything else you guys want to add before we come to the top of the hour? We were talking about the 4 elements, adding them to your business. Mary Kim, are you clapping or you want to share?
I want to share one last thing, and I know Big Mike touched on this, is, how you show up, like in these meetings. But I want to share, if you have business, you should show up. It does not mean that you have to dress all, to the nines and all the things. But when you're going out, don't roll out of bed and go out. Like, you don't have to be dolled up. You don't have to put makeup on, but look presentable and pulled together. Whatever the capacity is, it doesn't have to be all makeup or anything, but look like you care about yourself. You could be in sweats and in sneakers. You could be in a t-shirt, but look presentable, because you don't know who you're going to meet or who you're going to run across. And if you look like you rolled out of bed, literally, like, hair's a mess, I mean, just put it in a ponytail, whatever, they're not going to want to do business with you. But you have every opportunity when you're out in the real world to talk about your business. So I wanted to share that. Like, that's important to remember. And if you're traveling, too, you have, people in the airport. Like, anywhere you go, just look presentable. You don't have to be dolled up, just look presentable.
Love it, love it. We're not adding anymore, but we haven't talked anything about numbers because that gets on the other end. But just know your numbers and your reach outs when you're growing your business. That's super important. So guys, we are nearing the top of the hour. Well, not the hour, the top of the segment here. We are the 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation, and I'm so grateful for each and one of you that came through today because, you know, it might start off tiny and mighty, but we end up strong and enormous when it comes to the input. Valerie, Edward, Aretha, the Haitian Sensation, Pete, Shaquita, thank you so much for coming through. Chris, Shahid, Colleen, Soul, thank you for all the information. If you're on LinkedIn, thank you for watching. YouTube, if you haven't already, guys, please just click that little link at the top. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you see our tribe here, right? Our beautiful tribe of Ashley. We have Carmel, Chris, Cynthia, myself, Renee, and Mary Kim. We are your 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation to motivate you, inspire you, give you the tools, skills, and strategies to get to the next level. Thank you all for coming through. Peace. And a bottle of wait. Mary Kim, do you know what we're talking about tomorrow? Mary Kim will be leading the discussion tomorrow. Go ahead, Mary Kim.
Yes, I'm going to talk about grounding.
Simple to the point. I like it. So if you have not watched the movie yet, it's on YouTube, absolutely free. Earthing is the name of the movie. And I'm actually going to order my sheets or grounding mat today. So thank you so much for that, Mary Kim. All right, guys, we are out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2. You were all number one. I'm so grateful for having you. Ciao, ciao.